public land in Wyoming is pretty much what makes Wyoming, Wyoming. People cherish it. It's part of people's recreating. It's an integral part of growing up in Wyoming, and it's special. It's what makes it great. You can't do this type of thing in a big city. You can't just go out 10 miles and walk around on public land in a big city. And it makes Wyoming extremely special. Geomorphic reclamation is key in what we do. Our main job is to take abandoned mine lands and put the land back to the use that it was prior to the mining as best we can. That's the goal.
In traditional reclamation, we used a lot of one-dimensional slopes, linear channels, imported materials for rock structures or concrete. It's rather man-made appearance and definitely an engineered surface. So geomorphic means the shape of the landform as related to the geology, the soils, the bedrock. And so the idea with geomorphic reclamation is to create a surface that's something like Mother Nature would build in the same setting, that fits into the natural environment and functions like natural ground does in the same location.
Wyoming AML started looking at geomorphic reclamation 9 or 10 years ago. And that was in response to some challenges we were experiencing with our traditional reclamation. Looked pretty good for a couple of years. And then after a couple of harsh winters, we started seeing ditches blow out and a lot of erosional features show up. We felt we needed to move ahead and try something different that would be more stable for the long term. Now that we've changed to geomorphic reclamation, the sites we're building stay stable for much longer. On some of the traditional reclamation sites, we would have to go back after 4 or 5 years and fix ditches and regrade. I can't put a dollar figure to what we're saving in that, but we're obviously saving quite a bit of money and effort in not having to revisit those sites.
The high plains in Wyoming are often dismissed by people as being ugly or barren, but there's actually a great variety of wildlife and a very delicate and unique ecosystem. This area is definitely an arid environment. It's hard to get vegetation growing and so forth, and geomorphic reclamation promotes that natural vegetative cover to be restored.
Geomorphic reclamation enhances sage-grouse habitat by enhancing areas where sagebrush can grow. Sagebrush is key to the survival of the species. They need it for cover, for food, especially in the wintertime when there is nowhere else for them to take shelter. The geomorphic reclamation provides a wide variety of aspects of natural slopes. So the slopes aren't only facing one direction, they're facing multiple directions like natural channels do, and that enables and enhances vegetation to take hold, and that's what sparks the diversity.
Back in 2014, the Wyoming AML program received an award from the American Society of Mining and Reclamation for the program for our work in geomorphic reclamation. After we received that award, we started getting a lot of calls and inquiries from other programs and people in the industry. In response to that, we've commissioned a study with the University of Wyoming to compare geomorphic reclamation to traditional reclamation and to be able to answer some of the questions we get from the other state and tribal programs.
The UW study is comparing native landscapes, natural landscapes, with traditional style reclamation and with geomorphic reclamation in uranium and coal sites in Fremont County and in Sweetwater County.
It's a 2-year study. It started this year. It'll be complete in 2018. And our intent is to publish that study and present that study, the findings of that study, at the ASMR conference that year.
Geomorphic reclamation is a very challenging field. It's not as easy as just taking a piece of software and hitting a button and getting an answer, but it requires experience, knowledge of the natural terrain. Every abandoned mine site presents a unique set of challenges, and AML has been great in terms of supporting us to look at different alternatives and to find the best single solution for that site.
It's easy to dismiss Wyoming as just being open fields and boring brown landscapes, but the reality is public land in Wyoming and all of the land in Wyoming is extremely diverse.